What's up? Hey.
Hello. Welcome back to Sweet Lies.
Sweet Lies. Another episode. Jam.
This is April. It has been 2 weeks
Since our last confession.
I am back on the donut train, full force. Lent is over.
I had donuts today too.
I've never been happier in my life now that Lent is over because I finally get back the things that I sinned by eating way too many donuts throughout the week. But that's why I run so much. It has been a crazy week. Things have happened. We will get into some newsy stuff, some reaction-ish things. We will talk about, are we regressing? Are we regressing as a society of men? Is the emotional revolution as men, have we reached a point of diminishing returns? Stuff like that. And then we're going to have a new segment that I am going to give my whirl at. It's sports. So in the second half of this, I will jump into stuff and I'll let you learn some things. We're going to try some things, see what you think. Stay tuned. This whole episode's going to be a good one.
Yes. And so, anyways.
Yeah. So first things first.
What am I talking about? Oh, yeah. Iran attacked Israel.
Yeah, that happened yesterday? Day before.
Yesterday evening sometime.
Now, have we heard any responses for why or the reasons? Because I know the initial framework, if you just go off of common sense, and I'm not talking about this is the reality of it, but from all the things that have been pushed from all the news outlets leading up to this, they said that because Hamas is involved with the whole Palestinian and Israel conflict, which they've been in conflict for, 60 years, if no longer, 60, 70, 80 years, whatever the number. They said leading up to the events that transpired yesterday that if we don't do anything about Hamas, Iran is going to attack Israel. They've been saying it over and over and over. Now, how related it is, it's just a guessing game at this point. I haven't heard anything as far as the reasonings for it. Is it because of Hamas? Is it because of other things? I don't know. I'm guessing. I defer to Porter for these things because he is more up to date about it. But going off of my guess, which is a pure guess, is just what they say with the news outlets is that they are backing Hamas, even though that might have nothing to do with it. Until we get a more definitive response, that's all I can tell you. Porter?
Interesting enough, it looks like Twitter is down. Let me see if it's up on my phone. Sorry.
No. I mean, have you actually heard anything about this?
Wow. Okay, it's loading on my phone.
Okay, maybe it's just our browser. Maybe our internet's being stupid.
It's the little weak sauce. Right?
Yeah, mine's up. Yeah, I was reading over here the 702 stuff. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. Have you heard anything about it?
Why it happened?
Yeah.
Of course, my brain decides to shit the bed. I thought I had a pretty good.
Seems like a pretty,
Oh, Biden's talk. He said stuff. He's saying stuff.
Cool, because that's the voice of reason that we can turn to as Americans.
Yeah.
Turn to your president. Turn to him and give him your trust, full faith, mumbling. And I wish we had random graphics to just point to where they could just start seeing him just stumble, fumble, fuck around. To be fair,
Israel's been launching drone strikes on
Gaza.
On Gaza, yeah. Hitting civilian targets and stuff, but that's because Hamas.
Yeah, but
Hamas integrates.
But does that mean that Iran has Hamas's / Palestine's back? Is it Hamas's back? Is it Palestine's back? Do they just want to get and just jump in just because
Iran
Israel?
harbors Hamas? Period.
Well, I'm just saying, are they only in it because they're like, well, since Israel's looking this way, how about we shoot this way? I don't know. This whole drone attack war. I mean,
okay, now we're back up. Okay.
It's wild. Just the fact that it's just unmanned aircrafts, UAVs, that has the potential to murder countless numbers of people.
Oh, that's an AI generated rendering or whatever of him calling for a draft.
So basically what we're saying is we don't know. We don't know why, but we will find out and we will tell you. If you haven't heard 50 million people give their opinions and not actual hard-hitting facts as to why by the time that we get to it. So that happened. I was in the middle of watching a baseball game, and then that popped up, and then I guess I don't get to watch the 5th inning, so thank you. Thanks, Iran. Ruining the Rangers. That's why they lost, because Iran.
Mass casualty event in New York City.
What's it about? Mass casualty of incident has been declared due to after multiple police officers have been shot with critical injuries. Currently, numerous law enforcement and other emergency crews are in. Where did it go?
Declared a mass casualty incident in Liverpool located in Onondaga County, New York, after multiple police officers were shot with additional victims here.
I'm pretty sure that's going to be on the news for at least one day.
Yeah, for 5 minutes. As a ring camera captured.
Okay, over under. Not over under. What are you putting bets on? What do you think it's over?
I have no idea.
New
York is kind of lawless right now.
I'm saying drugs. That's what I'm going off of.
Or God knows what. And
that's my guess.
This is just
you heard it here first. My guess, it's over drugs.
That's very loud.
So anyway,
whatever.
I don't know. I mean, this shit just happens constantly. I mean, how many times do you hear about a mass shooting? You know, then as soon as that happens, then you have the fucking same stupid, just like roll the film. Okay, now we got to start talking about the Second Amendment, and then you have to. This is why we need gun control. This is why it will never work because of this. Point to these areas. Oh. These are the reasons why it doesn't work. This is the reason. Well, what about England? Look at they don't really have mass shootings.
Well, they have
knife stabbing.
There's a nice Chinese lady that sealed up that argument and confronted David Hogg, like, live. He's one of those. He's supposedly one of the kids from Parkland or whatever. But I don't know. I don't know how legit that is. But
I don't know. I mean, it's really not worth looking into. But the thing is that it happens, and this keeps going on and on and on and on. And it kind of brings me to the same.
You're having mass gun deaths and mass fucking shooting incidents because I don't know. Society in general is
because you need Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Let's say it. Let's be real.
Yeah,
your family's broken. You don't have any religious ties. You don't have any family values. Which religion? You don't need religion for that. But it helps if you, as a family, do something that creates a unit, a good familial bond, and then this kind of shit is a rarity. You can't say that you can have a great family bond and people don't shoot people because that shit happens because some people are just crazy. Well, but that doesn't mean if you don't do any of this, you have more likely chance for shit like this to happen. Now you can't just point to that because there's a lot more other shit that goes to it.
The way Jordan Peterson says it's like aim up, like serve the highest good, like aim higher than. Because, like, the hierarchy of, like, reality and all that stuff.
Just do the shit that I've heard.
It's like,
if you don't believe it, why don't you act like it's real?
Yeah.
At least you have your bases covered.
Behave like there is one.
Yeah, believe like there is a forever.
Yeah.
And you'll either be up or down.
Yeah. Because if you don't, then, well, we as a society have collectively decided to do that for the previous, like, 20, 30 years, which is why we're seeing religion reemerge. Like, we're emerging more into a, it's a post-secular era.
Yeah.
Of history.
Yeah.
And it's because we killed God, and then this is what we're still dealing with the aftermath
See,
of that culturally.
Here, this is what I'm curious about. See, I have a problem with just the way that we've kind of disintegrated as a society, and I think, and yeah, I want to blame technology. I want to put all of that.
That just amplified it.
It amplified it, but
it's not.
Then you want to blame. Okay, well then the women's rights, shit like that. The women's rights, not suffrage itself, but because that's a stupid thing.
The feminism movement. The feminism movement.
You can put that in there as well.
It encouraged single motherhood. Because it came on the backs of of the what do you call it, the Great Society program. It's stated by LBJ. Which incentivized single parent households.
And
it also destroyed the black community.
Just in case, just
like over time.
Just because you incentivize something doesn't mean you have to take the bait.
Right.
Now, here we go. This is what I think about this whole situation about this. Okay.
Yes. What's this?
With this is like the way that we're crumbling as people in a society.
Culture.
And culture. Whenever, and this point has been said 1,000 times, but I don't care. I'm going to say it my way. It may sound like others and may be dressed in other ways, but this is what I think. I think as soon as you stop doing shit as a family, you stop having traditions, meaning, hey, this is what we do as a family. We go here on Friday nights and we just go eat together, dinner at the table, which...
We have dinner every night of the week at like 7. We all just
even
get
that,
around and talk.
which I understand. There's different schedules. You can't do that. Then do breakfast at the table. That's fine too. Hey, every Thanksgiving, this is where we meet. We have these big traditions. This is what we do for Easter. This is what traditions. Traditions is very important as a family. It's something you look forward to, and it's something that brings you together. Now, if you lose the togetherness, then that's when shit starts to fracture. Okay. Another thing. The whole single parent household that was promoted by LBJ incentivized synergy. That right there just hampers the traditional thing, because you could still do it, you could still have that, but it's going to be in a different light, but it looks in a different way. But then you have, screw it. I don't care if you're gay. Do your thing. But you need 2 parents at the home. Somebody acting like mommy. Somebody acting like daddy. Whatever that looks like to you, do that. All right? Yes. If you go religiously and you go in the Christian doctrine, even though I don't know where it says it's okay or not okay to say be gay.
It doesn't recognize same-sex.
It doesn't recognize it, but it doesn't mean that you just can't be a family. Just because you're not married. You could be a family. I could be family with people that live next door. They're not related to me. Some of my best friends, like you, I consider you a brother. We're not related in any shape or form, and we never will be. Still doesn't mean that we're not related. We got close ones, but we don't talk about that. There's things like that. And then I think, the way technology has exacerbated this and highlighted it, this fracturing of our culture. And this is why. Because you can have things that we all see as a culture, like during COVID. What did everybody watch? Tiger King. Everybody saw it.
I didn't.
Well, okay. The majority of people saw it. It was something. It was part of the cultural limelight.
I watched one episode, but then I was just like, I'm not going to get stuck in this.
Yeah, I did that, and then I went back to it. I'm like, it's not bad.
It's pretty crazy. I get it.
It is. But what I'm coming down to is like people blame the TV when we were kids. Like, TV will rot your brain. And it's like,
well, you blame the parents that put the kid in front of the TV.
That's true, and then allowed it.
And
then here's the deal, and this is something that it really bothers me. Okay, I think everybody who has an iPad for their children, I don't give a shit what your excuse is. You need to be smacked right in the face with a brick, because I know what you're doing. And you're not fooling anybody. What you're doing is you're using that as a distraction for kids to not deal with their problems, for you to do whatever the fuck you want, and to ignore your children. Because, hey, here's the primary excuses. Hey, They're being fussy. This calmed them down. What you just showed them is that it's okay to distract yourself instead of dealing with their problems or you being involved in the dealing with the problems.
You also created the thing where it's like every time they're fussy, they get the iPad.
Yes. And you just gave them that crutch. And guess what happens when they force...
They don't get what they want? Oh, man. Yeah.
Or, no. When you force them into... When you force that crutch, that handicap on them, is that anytime there's a problem when they get older in life, they're going to be reaching to something to distract them instead of dealing with that fucking problem.
Yeah. Or fixing the issue.
That's one.
Fixing the core issue.
Here's another thing. Another thing with the iPad that really pisses me off, or electronics that you use instead of like, nothing's wrong with TV. Hey, family movie night. That's something we do every Friday. You know, for some families and shit, we get together Friday and we watch a movie together.
I know,
and it's a great kind of thing. We hang out.
I know it's a tall order for like normal everyday working class families, but like family reading night, I think since I'm gonna have a little one, like I didn't
know if you wanted to talk about it. That's why I didn't bring it up.
It's fine. I got.
Hey, by the way, congratulations! He's got a little bundle of joy coming.
Thank you.
Finally, he's almost 40 and finally having a baby. Good for you.
Yeah.
You're going to be an old dad.
I am going to be an old dad.
It's all right. I mean, shit. My son's only a year.
I'm the same age my dad was when...
Yeah.
When...
Yeah, but I mean, you're going to go to T-ball game, or Little League games when you're 50, so that's cool.
And my dad would have been at the T-ball games in his 50s.
Yeah? Was he playing T-ball with you?
Yes.
Good. Like, that's the one thing. The one thing about our society now...
We played catch. We went to the batting cages.
Here's the best part.
He was on the road a lot, but we did.
The people that are 50 now than the people that were 50 when we were kids is a different thing. Like his dad was an anomaly. Yeah. Because you don't see 50-year-old dads doing that shit. They're all old and broken, whatever. The 50-year-olds now, they look like they're in their late 30s.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm almost 40. I still like I'm late 20s, early 30s.
The millennial generation, we have not aged like previous ones.
Which is weird because we hit both things. We remember what it was like before the internet.
Yes.
And then we remember the adoption of it and the taking control and the
maturity of it.
And then everything that came after. Because anyone our age knows what dial-up sounds like. Everyone knows what a 256K modem, what that was like. Or a 50 something, not 512. It was something before that. Anyway, but we know what that's like. But this is what I want to get to. The whole movies and the TV thing, it drives me crazy because they don't use it as a tool to bring together families. They use it as a diversionary tactic
to
babysit their kids while they're doing dishes, while they're wanting to fucking text on their phone or taking work calls or taking all kinds of stupid shit while the kid's sitting there looking like a goddamn zombie at this big rectangle. And it drives me absolutely fucking crazy. Because you understand there are certain scenarios, we've all been guilty of it. Well, you will be soon. But we've all been guilty of it. Sometimes kids acting like little shitbags and, and it's like, hey, you know what? Hey, can you just watch this for 10 minutes? I really got to get this shit like clean because it's driving me crazy. And then I'll go back to fucking tossing you around the room and shooting each other with Nerf guns and playing in the backyard and shit like that.
I need to get this done, then I'll return to dad mode.
Yes, and I was like, just give me a minute because here's the deal. It's different when you just, hey, I need a break for a second because I need to get this done, and then I'll go back to doing that. It's the ones that don't go back to doing it. They just say, hey, I need to get this done. Oh, okay, well now you'll watch this until you eat, and then you'll watch this until you go to bed. And I had 4.5 hours since you got out of school to have time with you.
It sounded, yeah.
Yeah, you had 4.5 hours to spend time with this person, and you spent a total of 0 time with your children because they are too busy watching TV, playing on their iPads or playing their video games when you could have been. It'd been different. Hey, teenagers, they don't want to hang out with you. They want to do their own shit. Fuck, that's fine. But when they're 5, then what? Then what are you going to look back to? Hey, you remember those memories we had when you were fucking hanging out and drinking a beer over outside talking to your friend while I was inside watching, Ninja Turtles? That was a cool memory. Or, hey, do you remember when I came home and we just started lighting each other up with Nerf guns and super soakers? I remember those days. It's like, but they won't have those memories because you're a failure as a parent. And you should look inside yourself before it's too late, because they're going to grow up and you're going to have no memories, and they're going to be pieces of shits as adults because they're not going to know how to cope. They're not going to know how to have friends. They're not going to know how to throw a baseball. They're not going to know how to do anything.
Much. Yeah, they don't know how to do much.
Because of you. And it's all your fault.
Dad.
Because if you're our age and you've had children, you knew what it was like before all those things.
My children are gonna hate, they're gonna hate all that stuff. You know why? Because I'm gonna make them do everything.
And that's the thing is, like, right now,
I'm gonna turn them into Renaissance children.
Parents right now who are like me and you.
Probably just this one. I'm just gonna turn this person into fucking.
No. Like, this is like, okay, our TV has been broken in the living room for weeks. Our kids haven't missed a beat. So, you know what we do? Yeah. You know what we did today? I'll give you a perfect example. Because you know what? Here, pick a day. One day this week. It doesn't have to be, or last week, or the week before. You pick a day. Because you're like, oh, well, that was just today. Because you're going to come talk about this. No, go ahead. Pick some days. Whenever we're not going to baseball practices or gymnastics or baseball games or or swimming lessons or whatever, what we do, we play card games. We go and play catch in the front yard. We go play on the swing set in the backyard.
We do activities that stimulate our minds.
And we play all the time from 17 to 1. We are playing games and fucking off and having fun. And people get hurt. We get scratched knees, scratched elbows. And the thing is if they don't learn how to do these things, they will not be able to socialize with kids their age. They will not be able to go into different schools and be able to be okay. They're not going to be able to face adversity and come out successful. Sometimes they fail, and even if they do fail, they're not going to be able to figure out how to stand back up, because everyone falls. Everyone falls. Like just
Why
like
do we fall, Mr. Wayne?
So we can learn how to get back up again.
So we learn how to pick ourselves up.
Exactly.
Right. Thank you, Alfred. The good Batman. The last good Batman.
So anyway, so that's my whole thing with it. And
I found this as we were talking, because this is the sound of dial-up internet. This is the sound of 1999.
Takes me back to high school.
This is your ASMR, 90s kids. This is your ASMR. Take me back.
I gotta hurry up and jump on AOL Instant Messenger. You've got mail.
Then they have a whole video here of sounds that every 90s kids remembers.
Fuck it.
Are we tempted?
How long is it?
It's the whole video is 10 minutes.
Let's do like a couple of them.
Okay.
Just for fun.
Shout out to the 90s are Rad channel.
Oh my God, that looks like a Trapper Keeper.
Alright, I'll show you guys what we're looking at. Hopefully we don't get copyright on this
we
stuff.
Should.
Because people
Oh, Jesus. I remember that on my dad's Gateway.
The Gateway. Oh, yeah.
Tastes so good.
I mean, that's awesome.
Yep.
I like
Oh, my God,
there's
Aim.
your AOL stuff.
You know how many random chats I had just from AOL Instant Messenger? Chat rooms. I'm not surprised.
Well, they gave us the directory of
Okay,
everything.
go past this. This is annoying. It's like I lived through this. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I used to play that like crazy.
Yeah, I was the best.
Whenever I go to my dad's work and he was too busy.
I played Doom and this.
Dude, fuck yes, dude. Here. Oh, right here. I'm 12. I'm 12 right now. I'm 12 years old.
They still had that up to like 2004.
No, I know, but I remember playing this when my dad was at USA Robot. And that's the first time I ever used a sandblaster. Right. I learned how to use one.
Nice.
I was playing this. My dad's like, "Here, let me teach you something," and he pulled me into the back garage, and Oh, turtles of time! Turtles of time!
Yeah, that was the best.
Oh shit! Yes. Wait, hold on. What's this next one? Oh yeah.
This was,
THX.
This was on the Star Wars before they.
I still remember it.
Before they ruined the special.
I can't remember what I did yesterday, but I always remember.
I had the Star Wars trilogy on VHS before they ruined.
Oh, the Holy Trilogy. Yeah, me too.
Before they ruined it with the special edition.
Yes. You knew something good was coming.
Emily.
Oh, Three Ninjas. Emily.
My brothers are retarded.
What time are you guys gonna go to school tomorrow?
What? No.
48, I guess.
Dude, you remember Three Ninjas?
I remember three. Just watching Taekwondo. Walking.
Yeah.
Fine, but it's too late.
We played video games. Fucking movies, made pizza.
Yeah.
On the weekends.
By the way, Blockbuster going to get a movie and a video game. This is the best Friday ever.
Nick Jr.
These are 90s kids. See, like, that was popular. I was already, like, maturing.
Yeah, I was already getting.
Yeah. All right, that's enough of that stuff.
Just kind of scroll through, like, the things. Like, grab the cursor and just.
Okay. Courage.
Nah.
I loved Courage.
Yeah. Cartoon Network. I remember Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Johnny Bravo. Yeah, okay, just keep going through it. Like, keep rolling your cursor over. Oh, right there.
Oh. The funny thing about this, have you seen the documentaries coming out from from like Dan Snyder and
Jesus Christ.
all the terrible.
Yeah, I heard
things
about
was
that.
going on
Sorry,
behind the
Zach.
scenes.
I heard about all his back
It
rubs.
just like ruins all our. And he really had an obsession with feet, and that's why
Yeah, I
the
heard about
Nickelodeon logo was a foot.
Yeah, I heard.
Hollywood is ruined.
Yeah.
Hollywood's done. I mean, when you think about it.
Well, that podcast killed it.
Well, not just. Well, yes. Well, the internet killed it. Like.
No, the internet didn't kill it. Podcast killed it, and podcast and streaming killed it.
Well, the lack of good storytelling killed it too. I think.
That.
There's no good movies anymore, man. Civil War just came out.
No, streaming killed it because they can just pump out so many things over and over. And podcast killed it because the press tours, they don't have to do all the Hollywood and the E and all the bullshit. They just go on a popular podcast, promote their shit. Millions of people will get to it, and you just, who gives a fuck about E?
Yeah, it doesn't, like, this is killing cable. Like, cable's only for people, like, in their 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
The boomers that don't care about, they're just too old and tired to mess with anything. And so, like, maybe even some of your Gen Xers, too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's going the same way as newspapers. Like, who fucking gets a newspaper anymore?
They still have them, though.
Yeah, but I remember where they were everywhere. It was easy to find. And now it's hard to find them. You have to actually find a legitimate newsstand instead of just going to a gas station. I remember people used to just sell them on the side of the street. Just like, hey, they got a whole bunch of them. Just like, hey, give me $1. All right. Let me get the San Antonio Times or Dallas Morning News or the Telegram or whatever.
Yeah. Problem is, a lot of the newspapers got ideologically captured, though. It's like the mainstream is left wing. That's part of it, too. Like, they've lost... Like, NPR, there was an article that I recently read. It's like how NPR lost trust. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Hey, I gave him a keyboard.
Just cause. I don't know. What'd you want? I can't click on anything, so...
No, that's fine.
No, I was just clicking on shit. Well, you were about to look up something, and I just wanted to type just to be a dick.
No, it was on RCP.com, Real Clear Politics. Like, it's actually a pretty solid place for news because they have, if it will load correctly.
I'm curious what Dave Smith, what he does for his news. Like, what he looks at.
Twitter, the fire hose. Twitter is the fire hose. That's the thing. Everybody can consume like all the feeds if you know where to look.
That's true.
If you need to know about the polling for the presidential races and all that stuff, oh my God, look at this.
Yeah. Okay. Look at what you're looking at. Republican nomination.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's just Trump versus Haley. It's not has anything to. Everybody knew that Trump was going to ruin everyone in that category.
I just want to go to the homepage. This is why.
Okay. Real clear polling dot meow.
No. Darn it. Darn it.
Yeah, politics, not polling. I'll tell you another thing
See how hard this
about men. No, I'm just not about men, but this whole family dynamic, it's really driving me absolutely crazy. And I really think that the more that we try to use crutches and excuses on why we are the way we are, instead of like, here, let me just figure out how to cope with whatever is going on with me and be a functional person, because especially the people that have children who randomly want to go through bullshit, like at times when it gets tough. Oh, well, my trauma. Fuck off. You're such a loser. It was like, dude, just fucking put on your big boy pants and deal with it. I can't stand you. I can't stand people like you. And I want to fight you. If all these things start triggering feelings about stuff that isn't legitimate, because don't get me wrong, there's some legitimate PTSD shit out there.
Yeah, no doubt. Any war veteran.
But I'm just saying, even like, okay,
Any
let's say
war veteran.
Well, no, you just go like this. Let's say that you were a kid, and every day your dad came home and beat the living fuck out of you.
Are you going to go off on what you went off on the phone the other day?
I want to see what you want to get into before I go.
I was just I can't remember what I was.
Iran launches unprecedented missile and
this
drone
was on
attack
RCP.
Okay, but
if you asked me, like,
but why? Here, you can look into it, and I'm gonna tell you about the things that really drive me nuts, and then we can have little comments from Porter here and there. So, I think, like I was talking about earlier, do I think that we are passing a point of diminishing returns as men, and the emotional journey that we have been on over the last 15, 20 years.
I think there's been an abundance of men letting women kind of decide, and I have this problem too.
They put the fucking balls in her purse,
right,
and then she walked away from it.
You let her decide what's going to make for the best.
There's a difference. No, there's a difference between being a team.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know how to deal with this. You figure it out. Why don't you make this decision? Let me ask permission to do shit.
When guys ask too much, I mean.
Oh, hey, is it okay that I do this? Stop. Here. This is what I have to say about this. Okay. Before I get into this is a real thing. We know all the shit that mitigates the reasons why people...
Trauma doesn't happen in conversations.
Exactly.
Even if there's a screaming match, like, as long as somebody...
That's not trauma.
It's not trauma.
If I call you a dirty cunt, that's not traumatic.
This podcast's not for kids.
I'm just being a dick.
I'll
That's all it is. If I call you a piece of shit, and I want to slap the living fuck out of you, those are words. Did you get hit? No. Did you get threatened? Probably. But does threatening you with probably a baseless or a hollow threat, that doesn't hurt. If I call you a fucking dirty cum dumpster, that doesn't hurt either.
I'm going to bleep all these out, just letting you know.
Okay. If I call you a filthy piece of shit, motherfucking cocksucking piece of shit, shit face, ass, fuck you. I just want him to bleep all these things. This is fun for me.
Yeah, it's going to be hell in editing.
Okay. I'm going to stop because I really don't want him editing that much. But if I called you all these names, they don't hurt. He can call me everything under the book, under the sun, under Jesus' holy light. And I will look at him and be like, man, you suck. But I am not going to be hurt.
Cold. Why? What'd I do?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
It's like, no, I'm saying.
I know.
No, I'm saying if you call me that, I would be like, damn, bro, what'd I do?
Yeah.
I must have done something.
Yeah. You know you did it. But here's another. But here's what I want to get to is because you're right about the whole asking permission and like giving up.
I'll give you an example. My girlfriend told me to eat a dick in Spanish the other day.
Oh, okay.
He said, "Come pito," and I go, "Really?" I'm mad.
It's like I've been down there and you don't have one of those. Now, if you are hiding one, you're the captain of hide and go seek. And I want to know your secret. Tell me your tale. Yeah. And I wouldn't break up with you because I don't need that kind of trauma in my life.
Right.
No, but like, okay.
Well, no, she's having
She's got mood swings.
well, yeah, that. And
She's going through it.
She's having a frustrating moment. That's all it was.
Yeah.
And then she, like, the next day, she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't." I'm like, "Yeah, I get it."
See, you could do one of three ways. Three ways, all right?
I just was like,
There's other variations of this, but there's three ways to deal with this. One, be a petulant child and talk about Yeah, it's like, yeah, you should be sorry. You could be that.
No, I'm like, no, babe, it's cool. I get it. I'm pregnant.
Two, you could be, just a dude, just like, yeah, do whatever. I already know what it is. Or three, have fun with it. Just like, you made me sad. I cried all night. I don't know how to even look at you right now. Samu!
But if I did that, she'd like, oh, God. Like,
yeah, but the thing is, you have to do it in a way that they know that you're kidding.
Right. Fair.
And if you do it right, you do it in a way that you know that you're kidding, but they don't know you're kidding. And then it's fun for only you.
Then she just call me mean.
Yeah, and it'd be like, isn't that fun? It's like, hey, well, being called, getting told to eat your dick that's not there, which thankfully it's not there, it's kind of mean too. I just pretended to cry. You actually told me that.
Well,
so.
it's just that she's so nice. Like, that coming
Oh,
out.
it's always...
I was impressed. I was just like, oh, really? That came out of you right
It's always fun when that happens, when you get the real nice ones who talk a bunch of crazy shit to you. I'm like, oh, where did that come from? Oh, my stars. Because honestly, you get taken aback.
Oh, my stars.
Well, here's the thing. Is like, when me and him say some crazy shit to each other, it's normal, right? Yeah. Now, you get this little church mouse that barely says anything and is the sweetest, nicest person on the planet to tell you go eat a big bag of dicks. Then you're just like, well, hold on.
Hey, wait a minute.
I think I need to take a step back and take a breath. What
That's
the
a change in
flying
dynamic
crap
for
was
sure.
that? Hey,
Hey.
those are my words.
Hey.
You don't say stuff. You're supposed to be like, well, you can just go take a flying leap. I'm like, oh, well, man, I knew I'm in trouble now.
Oh, I'm in it now, boy.
Ah.
Oh, I gotta pee.
Now, I know he's going to cut out until this point right here. So this is what I have to say about this. All right. So there's his point about making. Okay, no. Now we start here. All right. So he makes a good point about the asking permission and the handing over, giving over the reins. And I'm not saying that your dynamic has to be completely, I'm the man, I make all the decisions, you're the woman, you take care of the house, I take care of the outside, and I make all the big choices, and this is just how we do things. No, I'm not saying that. I think that doesn't work. It's not sustainable. I think what's sustainable is two people who come together and who have a complete team mentality, but you also have your roles. Who is there's always going to be one that turns out to be the disciplinarian. There's going to be the other one who does all the nice shit. And then there's the one that does the majority of the housework. There's going to be the one that does the majority of the outside stuff. It just kind of falls that way. I don't know why. It's just, we just kind of fall into those categories. The only thing that's sustainable is when people go, when they find those clear, defined roles. When it breaks down is when you don't have that and you don't recognize it. When you don't recognize it, shit breaks down. So, where I'm going with this is, if you're a guy, be a guy. All right? That doesn't mean you have to be an overbearing tyrant, but at the same time, you have to stand up for yourself. You can't have your wife dominating and domineering.
Just hold your space. Just hold your space and
It's
Let the hierarchy and the structure be its thing.
and the
But
thing
y'all
is,
gotta talk, but you gotta hold your place.
but see, this is where I have a problem with
But-
it
but
because at
men
the same
stop-
time, it works the other way too. I don't know why it works, but some dudes are just okay with being dominated and them being the beta and the woman being the alpha, and they make all the decisions and then they just switch roles, and they're not.
Most of the dudes
work.
that still support modern feminism and all voted for Biden, that's them.
Yeah,
Like, and they had their day. They had their day for
about 10 minutes.
about, well, I was gonna say 2 to 3, maybe 4 years
Yeah, about 10.
in this past.
In the history of
because they all got to throw
in the
their-
history of modern society, it lasted about 20 minutes.
for sure, but every single last living, breathing, like purebred, dyed in the wool, like radical liberal with a man bun, ponytail, and shopping at Starbucks.
Folgers is fine too. You know that, right?
I like I like coffee beans.
That's fine, but
I
it's-
like to grind my own beans. I like full flavored coffee.
That's
I
different.
I like full flavored organic coffee because it's good for you.
That's different.
There's so much.
You like pure caffeine, and you like it.
Rudamite is the shit, man. I'll buy you a bag.
You said you were going to bring me one.
I will bring you a bag
Okay.
when I go get my next one.
Oh, by the way, Porter's getting married. It's pretty soon. We're going to do something fun before.
It may not happen as fast as I told you.
Good, because I want to go to Austin or San Antonio.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh no, if you don't want to get too crazy, then maybe San Antonio, and we can go party at my.
I don't know if I want to go to Austin. Too many memories.
We'll go hang out with James.
James.
Oh yeah, you know James. Anyway, so all right, so getting back on point. So what did I want to say is like the reason that it breaks down, because I'm sorry I've deviated so much, but the reason it breaks down is that we have had a regression as men, and this is what I mean. So before the 1980s, probably the 90s.
I think it starts from the pill, because what it started to do, and also the economic situation. Because I think there was more of a concerted effort, because if you go back and read the shit, if you go back and read the stuff, like the stuff
what
behind the feminism movement, like not just the Sylvia Plath stuff, but the Margaret Sanger stuff, the invention of the pill, the incentivization.
Nah, there's still.
I think it was a concerted effort to destroy
just
the family
because
unit.
it was going okay, but I didn't see it that much when I was a kid. Now, this is what I'm going with this.
But cultural movements, though, like
The cultural movement, they had their
women. Okay, and this has been talked about in Jordan Peterson's stuff. Like women are arguably, well, it's not arguably, women are the gatekeepers to sexual proliferation, right?
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden we had the pill come out, and
I
then,
mean, it really depends.
And then everybody can have.
Do you want a felony or not?
Everybody, you know what I mean. But everybody could have free love and sex. That's what the 60s was all about, man. It was like everybody have sex with everybody. We got the pill now, so it doesn't matter. Or I guess the 70s, but still. But you have that coupled with women's lib, the movement there, where more women into the workforce. You don't need a man. You can be completely, totally
Yeah,
independent.
I mean, then they did Murphy Brown, where they showed a single woman having a child by herself. It was like Brown breaking.
Yeah, but that
television.
was just a stopgap in the fence, because the cultural zeitgeist was still running with that spirit, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
So, but in the end, what we found, and you can look at the Tinder data or the data of dating platforms in general, and you see how skewed it is and how screwed up. Like,
What do you mean? Skewed in what way?
It's screwed up the complete and total, like, social and natural
Natural order of things?
the natural order of things, in the sense that it's completely skewed all the data, where you've got top 1% of men having all the sex with the top 40% of women.
Yeah, sounds right.
And so what happens collectively as a result over time is you have a whole lot of like you're talking about dudes that are 7s and down.
Yeah.
Do you know that the average virgin, like the statistics now are like there are so many dudes in their 30s walking around and haven't had sex.
That's not surprising.
I mean, yeah, fair enough, but you have that.
You know why?
Well, video games and dating platforms had a lot to do with it too. Culture. I mean, when I say culture, I mean like everything going on.
Okay, you know what?
You know,
I'm there with you because I was kind of
it's
like
just easier to just check out and it's fine.
like, dude,
I've got my AI girlfriend.
it's like
and
I
I'll
played
just play
video games and
and
I played video games and I did but the thing is like I learned from a very early age. I guess I'm not everybody else. But okay, so people our age and younger,
But
and older.
you had the environment to push against that environment that you were formed in.
but I'm handsome.
It's not there no
different.
more.
I'm a
Yeah,
good-looking
you
dude.
are handsome, but you're not like you're not a 10.
No, I'm a solid 7.5.
All right, bro, that's cool. I mean,
4. Solid 4.
it doesn't matter.
4.3.
Doesn't matter. I'm just saying that that is all screwed.
Okay, then what? Then
You
if
gotta
you have
hold-
to think about it, then what are we?
What are we?
Yeah.
We're outliers.
Well, yeah, I know that. But okay, if we had to be on the 10 scale, I've never been part of
Oh,
it.
what am I? Well, in my 20s, I was a solid 7 or 8. My early 20s.
Okay, then what was I?
Well, we were in the same category. In the
Okay.
20s, yeah.
Okay, 30s?
I didn't see you much.
No, I'm talking about now. Like we're still in our 30s.
Oh, right.
Where are we now?
You're still in that. Yeah, you're still in that. I don't know. I'm more like 4 or 5 right now. So
Okay.
I just don't work on myself as much.
Oh,
as I
okay.
should.
So I lowballed myself when I said 7. I mean, you said I'm still there.
6.5. I'm not.
Fuck, no, I'm
Here we
curious.
are. This is like.
I'm curious.
This is a bar. This is a bar conversation.
That's why we're here.
This is why
We're in a bar.
We're in our bar.
We're in a bar. We're in our bar. Drinking beers.
We're Reband. We'll call it our bar.
That's not bad.
Our bar.
Well, I wanted to do the tailgate, but that's taken. I looked.
Yeah, but it's not a tailgate. It's a bar.
Yeah. I mean, because this basically is
But
our
the tailgate would have.
Bentleys.
It's still there.
I know.
We can't take it.
No, we're not J.R. Bentleys.
We could call our.
No, they are J.R. Bentleys. We could just be Bentleys.
Or we could just be our cheers. Our bar
Where
cheers.
everybody knows. All right, we're getting off topic because this is the thing I really wanted to get into. So
Come on down to Patty's Pub.
that was a great rendition, by the way.
No, that was like,
It was so
damn,
good.
he's talented.
Yeah, Charlie Day rules.
Smart motherfucker.
Anyway, so I think part of the whole handing the shit over. So in the 80s, right? We were only in it for a few years, but we were there. There were domineering men, but the whole revolution of dudes that were
Well, yeah, but
talking.
it's-
Hold on, the dudes talking about their feelings and about all their bull. That didn't really happen.
It was
then.
on the rise.
It was on the rise.
on the rise.
I'm not.
It's
I'm
on
not
the
going
rise.
to. I'm not going to dismiss
It's on the
that.
rise.
But I'm saying, but it wasn't prevalent.
Because you still had comedians like Tim Allen doing, yeah, Home Improvement. It was like one of the most, if not, at the time, I think it was the most successful sitcom on television at the time, like next to like Roseanne,
Seinfeld.
yes, Frasier.
Frasier was up there, yeah, I guess.
Cheers, however, had a
Friends.
Really, but yes, but
You know what?
Cheers had a longer run.
Wait a
than
second.
Friends.
Wait a second. I think I pinpointed it. I've loved Friends, and it's been my favorite sitcom
But
of all
Friends
time.
fucked up
But
relationship
Friends
dynamics too.
Fucked it up. I just clicked with me
Yeah, because it
because
painted-
they were emotional creatures.
Yeah.
We never saw that before.
yeah.
We never saw the men be emotional, where they're open with their feelings.
It was novel.
And here's the thing: is it did some good. It really did.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, but we overcorrected, right? So
Yeah.
at that point, we were a society who it wasn't okay, and this is talking about late 80s, early 90s. At that point, it was not really okay for men to talk about their feelings, to deal with their emotions, because nobody gave a shit, nobody wanted to hear it. Until to this day,
well, you turn it.
People really don't want to hear guys' emotions. They really don't.
But you turn them into jokes. You turn them into one-liner.
Well, hold on.
You turn them into one-liner jokes.
This is the build-up.
Insert laugh track.
This is the build-up. All right. So at that point, it wasn't okay to really talk about this. People who talked about their, like, guys who, specifically guys, because girls talk about their fucking feelings all. They never change. It never has, never will. It's always going to go through from the beginning of time, from Eve all the way until the fucking Nevem or whatever the fuck's going to be, the alien creature that comes in the.
You mean Nephilim?
Sure. No, I wasn't specifically saying. I just made up a word.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so that's always happened. They're emotional creatures. That's just their way. They're stronger now. They're better now. I like the way the women's movement has gone. Not feminist, the women's movement, because they're stronger.
We got co-opted by the radicals.
But the thing
like
is,
most movements do.
And this is where I'm going to go into this timeline. So in the 80s and the 90s, like, it wasn't really okay. They're bringing themselves. Guys are kind of eating their feelings, and then there's probably I wouldn't say more suicides, but guys were dropping dead early because they couldn't really deal with their shit, and they're bringing and holding and all this angst and feeling. And what if they're gay? Back then, you couldn't fucking tell a soul.
Yeah,
it was just nope. You don't do it. Anyway, so then you get into like the 90s, and it's more of a cultural shift. It's a more emotional thing, and guys are kind of shifting a little bit. Not for the worse, but, kind of for the better, because the thing, basically was telling us it's okay to kind of deal with your feelings. It's okay to, tell a friend, tell your buddies that, like, hey, man, I'm kind of going through shit. Yeah, most of the time you're going to get some shit talked to you, but they're not going to berate you and completely oust you out of the group because, like, hey, man, like today's kind of sucked. Like, these kids are driving me fucking nuts. I want to headbutt my wife. Like, I fucking hate everything.
I got some shit to get on my chest.
Yeah, and then you'd be like, all right, let's go drink a beer. All right, you're being a queer. All right, we're done. All right, cool. All right, we good? We done with this? All right, sweet. And you got it off your chest, and you just went back to doing your shit, but you unloaded. And you actually had it. It made it more comfortable for dudes to unload, which is healthy. It's a healthy thing.
Well, that's why it's important for men to have friends.
It's good because
especially
you could
dads.
Unload that shit. Now, here's the thing with the women where it jumps in, because during our generation, I think dads, like our dads, who had daughters, didn't want them to be the helpless, can't do anything. You're just supposed to go from your mom's house to college, the frat house, or the sorority house to your husband's house, and that's all you are doing because you're not really going to have a career. You're here to raise children and shut the fuck up. That is your job. Those dads in the 80s said, nope, we're not doing that bullshit. I want you to learn how to do shit. I'm going to, just like I'm doing with my daughter, I'm going to show my daughter
all the
how to do some woodworking, how to work on cars, how to do the shit, because they didn't want their daughters to be nothing.
Fair enough. But also you had on that, like, the thing about the feminism, the radical feminism movement, is it permeated into the brains of the boomers. And the boomers were the kids that grew up on that stuff. Buddy. Yeah. The boomers were the people that grew up with those ideas and that movement. They were the ones who became parents with that stuff on the tail, like, behind them. Like, they were emerging out of college and becoming parents.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
With those new
the
ideas.
dads in the 80s, because the boomers were around in the...
And then you had collectively as a culture, had...
late 70s, 80s, yeah.
Yeah, but you had collectively as a culture pushing all these women, you have to go to college. You have to go to college because... And with men, too. You have to go to college because if you go into college is the only way you're going to get a good job. And that permeated for about 20 years.
And it was true until the internet came along.
At the same time, you also had the government incentivizing because of the student loan program that started in the 40s, but it really took off during the 60s and 70s.
Yeah. No,
so,
you're right. You're right.
So now you have a whole institutional push You know what I'm saying? Like it becomes this like
Nagas.
it becomes this like this mutating monster where you've got the revolutionary youth and the socialists, the Marxisms, the radical feminists, the fucking left wing. Just basically the whole left wing is just now coalescing into this amoeba where it's just like you've got the colleges on board. In the meantime, you've got the government subsidizing college or guaranteeing the student loans and shit. And that only makes college more expensive because what it does is, holy shit, colleges, look at the books. If you're running economics in the college, if you're in that department of the college, you're like, holy shit, we got access to all this free guaranteed money on margin, and we need a new building. We need new stuff. We need more technology, et cetera, et cetera. So college got more expensive, and then droves and droves of kids are getting pushed more and more into college because it's the only way to go to a good job, or at least that's what you tell them.
That was the lie that they were sold.
Yeah,
we were sold.
And then you eliminate trade school. And
hey, Porter,
that shit goes on, and here we are.
Okay, Porter, what was your degree in?
Liberal arts.
Are you using it?
Technically, yes.
Now?
Am I getting paid for it? Not a lot.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not a lot.
Okay, I was a criminal justice major. I was going to go to law school. I don't use that. It was a pointless degree.
Yeah.
Now, my theory.
But we all bought the lie. The point is, we bought the lie.
Wait. My theory about college. It's a theory, and I'm going to run with it.
Okay.
Is that college trains you just like high school. It's like a beginner's course, and college is like the advanced course.
Socialization.
Unless you have a specific degree, like being a doctor, like you need it specialized,
Engineer,
being a lawyer, being an engineer,
stuff
shit like that.
Yeah.
I think it is an introductory, well, not an advanced course in dealing with time management, dealing with deadlines, dealing with getting shit done and being organized and be able to handle multiple different tasks while life is hitting you. Because when you're in college life, like we all were, you got a lot of things thrown at you while you're trying to, do the college shit. You're running around and you're fucking having fun with your friends, but you got to get these papers turned in. You have to get, you got to study. You got to fucking do this homework. You got to do all this other shit.
You got to pay bills. But at the same time...
So it kind of trains you while you're doing your actual job.
I mean, fair.
To be able to do that. That's my theory on why college worked, but it doesn't really work
It doesn't have
today.
to be that expensive. I mean, come on. You don't have to go...
It's the only debt that you can't get rid of.
You don't have to go 5-6 figures in federal guaranteed debt that you can't bankrupt yourself out of. If you die, it goes on to your relatives, and even though the interest is a thing, like people are still not knocking out their loans as fast as they should be. There's a serious fucking problem
because the interest rates are way too high.
It's not just, but
how many years?
Student loans.
How many years does it take to pay off?
But
interest?
Student loans are fixed rates. They're not variable unless you go through some other private entity. That's the thing. They're not. It's probably the fees.
Well, here's the thing.
It's the fees and it's the federal fees and deferment
I'll tell you
and
this.
all that bullshit. The thing is
to take out $30,000 in loans. It takes
the interest
a
rate's
third
like
of the
7
time.
to 8%.
It takes at least a third of the time to pay off. No, it takes 3 times longer to pay off than it does if you had a $70,000 truck.
You know why?
Why?
But not only is it, that's the thing. That is the question to ask. The reason why is probably because of fees. And some people defer their loans. And what happens is it's 8%, but it's like 7-8%, and this applies to regular debt instruments like cars and houses and stuff. It's compounding.
Okay, here I'll give you a perfect example. I bought myself a $43,000 truck in 2015. Okay, I paid it off in 2019.
How many years?
4 years.
4 years. Okay.
I bought it the day it was born.
Same with the rest.
Took me 4 years to pay this off. I had a 5-year loan. I paid it off a little bit early, right?
Yeah.
I have a friend who had a $25,000 student loan.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it cost him, $25,000.
Uh-huh.
It's been 15 years and he's still paying it off.
Uh-huh. So that goes beyond it's not the interest rate then. It has to be everything else attached to that paperwork.
Yep, and it's pretty fucked up.
Because it's still compounding. And it's like the interest is fucked. Because if it were just like a loan on a truck or a loan on a house, like the terms of the loan are, it's just, yeah, you pay some late fees or whatever, or like, I don't know, maybe it's, somebody's got to fucking go into it's in the language of that loan somewhere. And I never looked at it.
Something's not right about it because it shouldn't take that long to pay.
Yeah, no, it's like you're a slave forever.
Yeah. And they're trying to keep you in consistent debt, and that's how they keep you.
They keep you as an indentured servant, and that's
slavery.
That's slavery. That's slavery didn't go away, folks. I mean,
no, I mean we still have
it. Just changed. It just changed like forms or whatever, and that's true. That's where we are,
and that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so.
Because G-Mo said so.
That's right. So, yeah, I think going back to the whole men deteriorating thing, I think we've gotten to a point that in the 90s it was okay to kind of open up a little bit, have some close friendships. You wouldn't be judged. You got 2000s, it was fine. And then we started getting into where culture and shit started changing. And now people using trauma as a crutch to make excuses for being bad husbands, being bad fathers, and being bad people. So it was an overcorrection of, hey, never talk about shit. You just suck it down. Nobody gives a fuck about your feelings. You're a dude. You'll be a man. Be a man and shut up. To the floodgates opened, and now it's like, oh, bring it back. Because we can't do this shit anymore because now you're giving everyone an excuse. Like every man an excuse to be a failure, to do the men shit. And however you want to take it, that's how you want to take it, but that's what it is. You're giving them an excuse not to handle their own shit. And now what men are doing is they're just handing it over to their wives. Here, can I do this?
You know what's best. You
Ask
take care of everything.
Permission. Can I have fun with my friends? Can I go out for a beer this one week? It's only one time. Here, I'll make you a deal. If you do, like, stop. Just stop, dude. Because like this sucks. You're making us look bad. You're making it bad for the rest of us. Be a man. Nobody says be a dick and be a piece of shit to your wife or your girlfriend or whoever. Just have some balls. Take care of your shit. Clean your room. Clean your fucking room.
Start there.
Stop worrying about everybody else. Stop worrying about stop following the Joneses. Stop all the other bullshit. Stop trying to be famous. Stop your stupid fucking TikToks. Stop your fucking bullshit social media shit that it doesn't work, where you're ignoring your kids and your family and all your bullshit. You need to get your shit together and handle your fucking business and take care of your fucking family. And if you're alone, be alone.
Here's a movement
Nobody needs to know about your fucking pain and depression all the fucking time. Nobody cares.
Here's a movement I want to start.
Stop it.
Here's a movement I want to start. Stop trying to be famous. If you stop trying to be famous, just be good at something. And if you get famous for it, it's because it's a side effect.
Because of your hard work of doing something that you love, not because you love to be famous. And if you love to be famous, you got fucking problems.
Because being famous, ask anybody who's famous right now. Are they happy? I don't know. I don't think so.
There's some.
I mean, who?
I bet Joe Rogan's happy.
Yeah, but he's...
But he's
got other things.
He came about it in a different way.
He's famous, but he's like new famous in the sense that he's still like working on himself, other projects. He talks to people all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
the man is on top of the world, not...
Here, I think I have something.
Okay.
No, you're right. You're right. I think the people who go in after it purely for fame are completely unhappy. Now, but what I do think... I think the problem that we have in society right now, I think our communication is fucked.
Yeah.
I think men don't talk to their wives like they should. I think that men now Maybe I'm being a misogynist and I'm fine with it.
No.
But no. But here's this. But I think men are too cowardly to fucking stand up for themselves. And the ones that aren't are alone. Because if they do pull that shit, and they pull like hey, I don't fucking need to take this shit, they're better off being by themselves. That's not the movement that I want to fucking try to like get behind. I'm thinking.
Well, I think
the thing is that people need to fucking like guys need to get their shit together, set solid boundaries, have communication, and you cannot.
I think the reason.
settle.
I think the reason why you have too many men who won't stand up to their wives and their girlfriends and stuff is because they are afraid of being alone.
Yes, it's okay to be alone.
But there's
The thing is, it may not be forever. The thing is, learn how to do it. Because you know how to be alone.
Oh, yeah.
I know how to be
good
alone.
At it. The other thing, too, is don't...
And I'm not scared.
Don't let them... The other thing is don't let women use sex as leverage.
Guess what? Masturbate.
Or,
It's like Bill Burr said, it's a sandwich in your pocket. Oh, you're going to hold food for me? Well, fuck, I got the sandwich right here. It's fine. Boom. I'm good.
I was gonna say something else. Like, try to like send that testosterone build up energy somewhere else constructively.
Fine, go work out.
You get that or build something, or
That's a workout.
You
ever fucking done woodworking? You have. Yeah, that's a workout.
I like it a lot.
Do some metalworking. That's a pain in the ass. That's a workout. You sweat your fucking balls off.
Weld if you can, but it's not good for your eyesight because those dudes are going blind.
Yeah, but they made some fucking cool shit.
They did make some cool stuff.
But
But if you're gonna weld, do other stuff too.
Yeah,
I'd say.
I don't know. Hey, dude, just be a better man. All right.
Yeah, wrestle with it. Get to wrestling.
Hey, it's okay to choke some shit out sometimes.
Yeah.
It'll be all right. Just don't let it be a child or your wife.
So. Yeah, Greg's never heard Oliver Tree. I
Yeah.
thought I'd show him some
All right.
stuff.
Well, so while he's queuing this thing up, I'm gonna grab some tequila. Go ahead.
Okay.
Please don't copyright us.
Yeah.
A big ass sandwich.
I'll cut it so there's like reaction shit.
I hate him already. I hate people who chew with their mouths open. That shit drives me up a fucking wall.
Please don't let me down. Please don't
I'm still standing by it. Pixies and Ozzy Osbourne at the same time.
you save yourself. I'll save myself this time around. You save
He's chasing the microphone.
Yeah.
next time around.
Hey, go get it. Fucking Jingos.
And a windbreaker.
I know. I used to carry books in the back of my Jingos.
Yeah, you could.
I used to have the knockoff brands though. I didn't actually have the real Jinkos. Can't remember what they're called though.
Mossimos or
Nah, it was something else.
Kmart Jingos.
It was kind of like that. I used to have one of those.
I'm getting sick of it. It's still the same old shit. Stop putting up with it. Somehow I've seen.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it. But what he struck me as when I first saw him, I was just like, he strikes me as a. Here, let me twist this scene out.
A 90s kid?
Well, no. This is the amalgamation of someone who knows how to use everything about the internet.
Yeah.
Because it's not just about the song; it's about the concept. He's like a true fucking. And if you watch,
He's a digital wizard.
yeah. But he says he like I watched him in a podcast on Steve-O's podcast. He was on Steve-O's podcast for a little bit for a show, and he said like, yeah, I was really trying to make it in music and all this stuff, and my parents were like, just like California hippie people.
Yeah.
And like he's the Burning Man type. He's the total,
I see it.
He's the total Burning Man kid. Like he comes out of that mindset or that cultural ethos, as it were. And I was just like, this is the first person that just like understands the internet, how it works, and how
to utilize it to its maximum
everything.
potential.
It's like not only does the song have to hit and be like strangely, like really intriguingly good, because there's something weird.
It's something weird about it, but I like it. I like
You like it.
I like the emo Ozzy Osbourne.
It's crazy.
cool.
But this is just like his early stuff. Like he kept like flipping the script.
All right,
And
give me one more before I start jumping in.
give him another song.
Yeah, something else that's good. Do you know another one?
Yeah. It's weird. Yeah, this is a good one.
Fucking life's weird.
Life is weird.
Did you take a limo to prom?
No, I did not.
I did, and it was with my ex-girlfriend. No, I didn't take her to prom. Like, the girl that I had, like the girlfriend that I had that I took to prom,
Yeah.
fucking, they pulled up in a limo, and it turned out my ex-girlfriend was in that limo with her date.
That's some high school shit, right?
And it turns
there,
out
man.
he beat her ass, and
my
then she
God.
turned gay for a long time, and then she got married to some dude. It was weird.
Them's was the good old days.
Fucking
Those were the days.
fucking 2002, man.
Oh boy, the way Glenn Miller played.
Is that when you graduated? 02?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're the same class. It's a DeLorean
Yeah, I know it's a DeLorean.
on the water. It's a fan boat.
It's a fucking DeLorean fanboy. That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah.
With a pile of gold behind him. This guy rules.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's been almost 4 years that we've been doing this. You know, I think the next time we do this podcast, I'm going to do it without a dip in.
Do without a what in?
Dip?
Okay. Yeah, I'm on Nicorette.
No, just to try it. No, I'm just not because I'm going to quit dipping. I just... This guy's fucking weird, man.
He is weird, but you can't turn away.
I'm curious what his conversations are like. Just like if we sat down with him one-on-one or one-on-three and just to see what he says. See, the reason I like Andrew Santino is
Who?
Andrew Santino. He has a whiskey ginger podcast, and I listen to sometimes.
Uh-huh.
The reason I like him is I think he would be the same. I would do the same kind of style as him to an extent. I'm not talking about what he does, meaning if he's talking to like a kind of a famous person, he doesn't talk to him about. He's a person that can hold a conversation about anything and everything, and I think I can do the same. I think I have. Luckily, I have that ability. I mean, it's probably why I've been, well. Anyway, that's why my social life was pretty good for a while. Anyway, I like that, but you know who I do like the most?
Who?
His style of podcasting that he does is
The Whiskey Ginger?
no. I was saying like I like his because he has the style of being able to
So
talk
that's
to
someone else that you like the style of their podcast.
No, but the style that I like
Yeah.
is he talks to somebody and it's the highlight and the lowlights. He's basically talking to just people who just got some fucked up shit and he just wants to talk
It's kind of like Soft White Underbelly.
Yeah.
You ever watch that stuff?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, it's messed up, man.
Yeah, but he just basically has conversations about all that shit. He highlights the lowlights and it's awesome. Shout outs to Ryan Sickler. This guy's fucking good shit.
Hashtag
One of the best laughs in fucking podcasting that I've ever heard. It's fucking great. But like I like to listen to it because sometimes I just want to hear a fucking wild story.
Right.
But Andrew Santino, this guy can talk to anyone. And I think I have that rare quality who I can have a conversation with and just talk. We can just talk about just random shit instead of just being like fanboying out the whole time.
He's Oliver Tree's got a song called "Welcome to the Internet."
Oh my God, I've seen that computer 1,000 times.
I think we all have. Let's give it a go. I haven't heard this song, so this is the first time. Cold reaction.
Oh my God.
You poop. You poop. Didn't even think.
Oh my God, the screensaver. It looks like Fergie.
I don't know.
Mementos?
I will say I liked Bo Burnham's song "Welcome to the Internet."
I never heard it.
Oh man, really? Really, Greg? Okay, we're gonna go to that. Bro, did you not see his special Inside yet?
I've never seen it.
It's on Netflix.
I've never seen any of his stuff.
Yes, you have. You know who he is.
I know who he is. Maybe. I mean, I'm talking like clips and stuff randomly here and there. Maybe I have seen it.
Welcome to the internet. Have a look around.
Oh, I've heard this.
Anything that
Have you?
brain of
Yeah.
yours can think
No, let it go for a little bit.
of
Just
can
for a
be
second.
found. We've got mountains of content, some better, some worse. If none of it's of interest to you, you'd be the first. Welcome to the internet. Come and take a seat. Would you like to see the news or any famous women's feet? There's no need to panic. This isn't a test. Just nod or shake your head and we'll do the rest. Welcome to the internet. What would you prefer? Would you like to fight for civil rights or tweet a racial slur? Be happy, be horny, be bursting with rage. We got a million different ways to engage. Could I interest you in everything all of the time? A little bit of everything all of the time. Apathy's a tragedy and boredom is a crime. Anything and everything all of the time. Could I interest you in everything all of the time? A little bit of everything all of the time. Apathy's a tragedy and boredom is a crime. Anything and everything all of the time. You know, it wasn't always like this. Not very long ago, just before your time, right before the towers fell, circa 99. This was catalogs, travel blogs, a chat room or two. We set our sights and spent our nights waiting for you, insatiable you. Mommy let you use her iPad. You were barely 2, and it did all the things we designed it to do. Now look at you. Oh, look at you. You. Unstoppable, watchable. Your time is now. Your insides out. Honey, how you grew. And if we stick together, who knows what we'll do. It was always the plan to put the world in your hand. Could I interest you in everything all of the time? A bit of everything all of the time. Apathy's a tragedy and boredom is a crime. Anything and everything all of the time. Could I interest you in everything all of the time? A little bit of everything all of the time. Apathy's a tragedy and boredom is a crime. Anything and everything and anything and everything and anything and everything time.
And that's that. Yeah.
I hate everything.
It is one of those songs that, like, I heard that in 2020. I was just like, man, yeah, we're kind of at the end of, like, all the stuff. Because it's just like, kaboom. The internet was like an atom bomb going off. And then with a smartphone, and then you just give it to kids.
And then
Like, it ain't no thing.
It just killed everything.
Well, no, it's like you take everything and then you just go boom and you put it right there. And then you allow everybody to share it.
Okay.
So it's like the snake eating its tail, the Ouroboros.
All right. So this is what we're going to do now.
Okay,
All right.
what we're going to do.
Okay. We're going to spend a few minutes and I'm going to try something. All right?
Tequila.
Yes.
All right, mezcal.
Are you ready?
Sure, what we going to do?
All right. We're going to do sports.
All right.
So here's a segment called Greg's going to try something because he loves something so much. So I'm going to need the little cursor.
It's called Greg's Wheelhouse.
Greg's wheelhouse. Here, let me see the cursor. I'm going to take this. And I'm going to give y'all something that I love so much and I want you to be a part of. Okay. So.
The main shot is what's going on right now.
All right. So.
But take your time because I can edit it.
We're going to start off in this week in sports, all right? So the draft's coming up soon. We have a couple of weeks left before it comes up. I'm going to do the draft day 5K that's happening in Frisco, Texas at the Star, which I've been at for the last 3 weeks setting up internet, and it's been a big pain in the ass. Masters happened. Sheffer, I don't know who he is, but he won. But the good thing about this that's relevant for all the people who are our age is Tiger Woods. He was in it. He actually made the first cut. He has been the longest running active tennis, Jesus Christ, golfer who has made the cut. I think it was 24 years in a row. So here's what you need to know about D-Town, Dallas, Texas sports, right? Now, I'm going to clarify something. I am not a Dallas Mavericks fan. I'm a Spurs fan. I have been all my life. I love it. Have been. They are in a very bad way right now. But the Mavericks right now, they're doing great. They have clinched the playoffs. Luka Doncic and the whole gang that they have has actually been doing really well. So, anyways, the reason that I mentioned draft day is coming up in a couple of weeks. The Dallas Cowboys, we need a few things. So anybody who's been watching the Cowboys for the last couple of years we have a glaring hole. And if you don't realize what the hole is, you're just not paying attention or you don't care about it. We need run support. And this is what I mean by run support. We don't need a running back because we do need one now because we got rid of Tony Pollard, who was barely a running back for us anyways because we can't really block and we can't do the holes and we can't do all the things that we need to make a running back successful, and he can't get past the line. He is a outside the tackle running back. You need to pitch it. You need to throw it to him. And even his catching game wasn't really very good. But what I mean is we need a true born middle linebacker, someone who is dedicated, predicated at stopping the run. This is what we need. We need someone like a Bobby Wagner, a Ray Lewis of old, Brian Urlacher. We need these kind. A Roquan Smith. He's great. We could have had him. He went for like a third rounder. We didn't take him. That pisses me off. Bobby Wagner, we could have had him a couple of years ago when he was still good. Could have had him, didn't take him. We need one of those. Also, our secondary. I understand. I'm not blind to the fact that we need someone. I know the fact that we can't always cover every single receiver ever. Because you know what? The receivers are getting faster. They can route the shit out of people. And there's just some balls you cannot defend. Can't do it. But at the same time, you have to see that the defenders that we have, Stephon Gilmore, we need to bring him back because we need him. We have Trevon Diggs coming back. That's great. Trevon Diggs has been a guy who has been on a journey. When he first came in the league, and granted, he is only in his, third, fourth year? And he's a great corner. He really is. And then him going down last year really hurt us. But when he first started, he was a guy who only went for the ball. And went for the ball, he went for the interception. He didn't give a shit about tackling. He wasn't a good tackler. He would never stay with his guy just to purely do that. He could do a little pass defending, and he could go for interceptions. And that's why he has so many right now. It's not groundbreaking. He doesn't have 50, but he has a decent amount. But then last year, before he got hurt, he took a turn. He would get in the mix. He would go for the tackle. He would go for playing the man and not playing the ball. I get it. We lived off of turnovers, and we made a bunch of them. But here's what you didn't see. You didn't see the year before last, when he was primarily going for the ball and he was getting a bunch of interceptions, and that's all well and good. But when he wasn't getting the interception, he was getting burnt. He was leaving his man, going for the ball, or getting burnt because he was getting routed the fuck up. Can't have that. But he made a turn last year. He started playing the man, making good pass defenses, which is what you need, and people stopped throwing to his side. Now, we need people in the secondary. Excuse me. Sorry about that. We need people in the secondary that can help him out. Now, we have Micah Parsons, and this may be a very unpopular opinion, but this is my take on him. He is very, very good. He is athletic. He is quick. He is strong. But we have to play where he is needed. Right now, this is where he's needed. He needs to be an outside linebacker playing a 3-4. That's where he's needed. If you're doing a 4-3, he needs to be on the outside switching. He needs to be our Cordell Stewart. He needs to be the guy that can do all the things because he is fast. He is mobile. He is strong. He can rush the passer. He can break shit up. And we need to float him around. We need to try him outside linebacker, and then we need to bring him in and then do a little bit of defensive end. Now, our biggest hole that we have as a Cowboys organization is that we don't have people that can stop the run because we are giving that up like crazy. Now, you can go point to the schedule, and you're like, oh, well, look, we had a decent amount of wins last year. We did pretty good against the run. We did good against players who really aren't that good and their team sucks. And then we would jump. You would think about our point differential. We had pretty high point differentials because we were really good at beating the shit out of really bad teams. It was terrible because it sold you a bill of goods that says that we were a lot better than we were. Because when we started playing good teams, we struggled. We lost against Green Bay in the first round of the playoffs. Are you kidding me? Jordan Love is an okay quarterback, but he's not that good. But Aaron Jones is an amazing running back. And they just ran all over him. Him and A.J. Dillon fucked us up. And we couldn't do nothing about it because we did not have a run-stopping unit that was predicated on just taking and attacking the running back. We couldn't do it, and they just ate us up. It has happened year after year after year, and we've done nothing about it. That pisses me off. So, this is what we need in the draft. First, linebacker. Overshone's coming back. He got hurt in preseason last year. It was a fucking tragedy because I thought he was going to be really good. We'll see what he does this year after his injury. We'll see. Now, we get another guy that can back him up. If we do a 3-4, we need 2. We're going to have him on one side. We need somebody else in the middle. Deron Bland, stay nickel. All right? You do not need to be covering one-on-one. Now that we got Trevon Diggs back, bring Stephon Gilmore back. We don't need you there. Stay on nickel. Yes, you had 8 interceptions. 6 of them returned for touchdowns last year. Fantastic. You broke a single season record. Nobody's going to touch it. That's great. But that's not your strong suit. You have to be team. Just because you can get those picks, but you're getting burnt by everybody. You are getting burnt by the third string wide receiver. It can't happen. It can't happen if we have any chance to win. By the way, this whole all-in shit, it's not working. Because you had all these free agents that fell, that we had an opportunity. Derrick Henry. We don't have a running back right now. Rico Dowdle, he's a strong backup. Very strong backup. That's it. Deuce Vaughn, it's laughable. I'm taller than he is. The guy's 5'5". It's insane. The fact that he was a charity pick. Can't have it. We need an offensive line. We need a running back. By offensive line, we need a strong left tackle. Now, hear me out. If your whole goal, since we lost Tyron Smith, if your whole goal is to make Tyler Smith our left tackle, cool. We need a left guard. Because Lyle Collins is gone again. We had a chance to actually move him to the guard, and we need a center. We don't have a center. Our right tackle, he's serviceable, but he's not good. We need a good offensive lineman. We lost Biadish. He's gone. We lost Tyron Smith. He's gone. We lost Lyle Collins. Terrence Steele is obviously not the option. Go get an offensive lineman. Go get a middle linebacker. Go get a running back. That's 1, 2, 3 that we need. And if you can get some secondary help, that'd be great too. If you get defensive line help, we need that too. Because guess what? We lost Jonathan Hankins to the fucking... No, we didn't lose him to the Raiders. I don't know. We lost Dorrance Armstrong. He was great. He was a great second dude on our defensive line. And you just gave him up to the Redskins. What are you thinking? So, for the Cowboys, go get those people. That's your move. All right. Quick update on the Rangers. We're doing pretty good. We're not doing great. World Championship, the reigning, defending champions of the Major League Baseball. We're doing good. But losing Josh Jung, that sucked, that hurt. He was a great third baseman. It's obviously a definite hole that we're trying to fill. Our pitching is kind of sketchy right now, but what we're waiting on is Max Scherzer and Jake DeGrom to come back. Once we get them, we'll see what kind of team we really have. We didn't really lose a lot. We lost Jordan Montgomery in the offseason. All our bats are pretty much still there. We got this guy, Wyatt Langford. He's doing great. We're going to see what kind of person he is. Evan Carter, he had an outstanding postseason as a rookie, and then now he's going to come in, and we're going to see what he's really made of. He's getting on base. He's doing all the things he needs to do. Happy about him. Okay, Spurs. God, you suck. There is a shining light, though. There's one shining light. We got Victor Mama Wembanyama. As a rookie, I know they're going to try to give it to Rudy Gobert because he's not the fan favorite, but he's the favorite to get it this year. Don't give it to him. Victor Wembanyama, France's finest from the San Antonio Spurs. He's averaging more blocks, defensive rebounds, offensive rebounds. He's waxing the boards, and he's playing great. When he's on the floor, we have a chance. When he's not, we have zero chance. I like Jeremy Sochan. Trey Jones, you're doing great. we really don't have much. Now, I understand that we're rebuilding right now and that we're making a solid case to get another number one overall pick for the NBA draft this year because we're dead last in the Western Conference. Dead last. Now, we're, I think, 5th from the bottom, maybe, in the overall league because the Eastern Conference is they're pretty their bottom is pretty bad. Now, I like what the Spurs are trying to do, and I think once we get some pieces, it's kind of hard to really get into the mode that we need to be in because, I mean, shit, we had 20 years of excellence. I mean, from 1997, from when they tanked their season with David Robinson, Sean Elliott, and Vinny Del Negro, and all the goodies. When David Robinson went down, they tanked the whole season, and we got so lucky and blessed to get the best power forward that's ever played the game in Tim Duncan. And we had 20 solid years of winning like 50 games and making the playoffs and just killing it and always in it. But then we mishandled Kawhi Leonard, and that still bugs me because he was our future. We were supposed to hand it off to him when Tim Duncan and the big three retired. And if you don't know who the big three are, Tim Duncan, Monty Ginobili, Tony Parker. And then we fucked it up. He ended up going to the Raptors. They ended up going to win a championship, and we just continually just failed all the way down the bottom to get us the number one draft pick, Victor Wembanyama. He's a center. He's good. He can shoot. He's got handles. He can hit threes. And when he puts on about 15, 20 pounds of muscle, he's going to be unstoppable. So we're looking to the future. We'll see. We'll see how he does. The Dallas Mavericks, they're doing good. Luka, that whole squad, I think they're poised to make a really deep run. So it'll be interesting. UFC happened last night. It was some wild shit. I'm going to ask you to do something for me while I'm talking about this. Pull up the Justin Gaethje and Max Holloway, the last 10 seconds of it.
Okay.
This was UFC 300. It was a star-studded event. I mean, you had just a gang of fights.
Where's the best place to go for that? Where's the best place?
You can just go to YouTube for that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you had a gang of fights. And we're talking star-studded. Yeah, there's talks about Conor McGregor being in it, but I mean, realistically.
Well, boy made that speech that went viral, that little short after-fight speech that went viral. What's the name?
What was the speech?
I forgot what his name was, but he...
Well, what did he say in the speech?
It was...
And I'll tell you, because I watched the whole thing.
Alex Pereira? No, it wasn't him. It was like, read the 6 rules of... But Mises...
Tell me who it was. You tell me what they said in the fight, and I'm sure.
Shit, we're gonna run out of camera.
Okay, well, here we'll end with this. All right. See if you can find the last 10 seconds of it. If you can't, then that's fine.
All right.
So I'll just tell you this: it was a hell of a fight. It was a hell of a fight card. I mean, top to bottom. I mean, just bangers, ass kicking machines.
Here, wait, just.
All right, like I said, very stacked card. It was fucking just an amazing day. I mean, it started off with Davison Figueiredo and Cody Garbrandt. Davison Figueiredo knocks him out. Well, he defeats him with submission, rear naked choke. Hell of a way to start the whole day. Then you go the veteran, the journeyman Jim Miller. I mean, he has a storied career inside the octagon. Gets his ass beat by Bobby Green. I mean, it went to decision because, fucking Jim Miller, he's just a trooper. He can just get after it. And a couple of other good fights. Kayla Harrison goes after Holly Holm. She beats the shit out of her. Gets a rear naked choke. Boom, done. I mean, and she's making her way. She's like 16-1. She's a former judo champ, just like Ronda Rousey was, except better. She's pretty much won everything she's ever done.
This one. Found it. This motherfucker right here.
I'm mad, man. Hey, let me tell you something.
Yeah, he's from like, I don't know where he's from. Renato Moicano. He's from Brazil.
Yeah, he's the guy who beat Jalen Turner. Jalen Turner's a
this
beast.
fool. This, where we at? Give the reaction view there. Oh, there we go.
Today, of course I want the 300K bonus, but they're not gonna give me because somebody asked it, they say, hey, this is fucking Disney, you cannot curse. So, I'm not gonna do my speech, but first of all, I love America, I love the Constitution, I love the First Amendment, I want to carry and own fucking guns, I love it, property, and let me tell you something, if you care about your fucking country, read Ludwig von Mises and the 6 lessons of the Austrian Economic School, motherfuckers.
Oh, shit, son.
Ladies and gentlemen, killing it out here. Renato, second of all, I just started a podcast. It's going to be the best podcast in the business. The name is Show Me the Money. And on Monday, my guest will be Joe Rogan. You cannot refuse. The people want to see you on my podcast and follow Money.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Motherfuckers.
That's called marketing.
God damn. I mean, there you go.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
I mean, that's how it's done.
That's how you do it. That's how you make a splash. That's how you get your podcast off the ground.
Motherfuckers.
That's
All
right.
right.
That's right. We'll just train you UFC. We'll just get you in the fight, and then after you win the fight, we'll be like, tune into our podcast.
Dude, my fighting days are over.
I
I got a couple of fights left in me, and I mean, I maybe one.
Saving them up.
Maybe
for
one.
when you need them.
Yeah. I got one good ass beating and one I might win.
Right.
Okay, so after that, you got Aljamain Sterling and Calvin Kattar. I mean, Aljamain Sterling just kind of pieced him up, but it was another unanimous decision.
Yeah.
Yuri Prohaska and Alexander Rakic. Dude, Yuri Prohaska just, like, he got his ass beat and he lost the title and just beat the dog shit out of Rakic. I mean, it was bad. It was bad, but I mean, he did great. It was this whole thing. I mean, I'm going down the list right now, and every single one was just bang, bang, banger, 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 banger. Bo Nickel, right? Bo Nickel and Cody Brundage. Cody Brundage, he was the up-and-comer. He was coming up. He was making a name for himself. Same with Bo Nickel. He's only had like 6 fights. Hell of a grappler, one of the best in the world. Loves to challenge himself, right? Ends up trying to just go toe-to-toe with this guy and realizes, okay, this is a bad mistake. And as soon as he even touches Cody Brundage on the ground, Cody Brundage is in a fucking world of hurt. He's got nothing for Bo Nickel. And Bo Nickel just ends up just choking his ass out in the second round. All right, second one. Arman Sarkurian. Oh, fuck. I had his name. Sarukian. Sorry. Arman Sarukian and Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira almost had his ass twice. But this dude, this guy's back is fucking huge. I mean, it's monster. And this guy had him in guillotine and chokes and all the fucking jujitsu, fucking submission, crazy shit. And he just had him ready to go. Anybody else would have tapped out and just somehow just wormed his ass out of there and just pieced Charles Oliveira up. And it was a close ass fight, but it was good.
This fight here.
No, that's Alex Bejeda.
Sorry.
No, that's the last one. I'm getting there. All right, so the next one, 'cause there's 2 more fights to go, and then we'll get to this one.
Okay.
All right, pause that up. All right, so Max Holloway and Justin Gaethje. No, go to Max Holloway, right there, to win the BMF. Max Holloway, Justin Gaethje, one of the fucking. All right, Justin Gaethje, and I'm gonna say this, is a bad son of a bitch. There's a reason that he walked into that octagon with the fucking BMF belt. There's a reason he had it. First round, they're trying to size each other up. Okay, hit pause right here. Hit pause right here, and we're going to save it, and so everybody can see it. First round, at the very end of the round, They're trying to fill each other out, and he goes in to fucking take him down or fucking make a strike or some shit. You couldn't really tell what he was doing. Max Holloway turns around, kicks him, breaks his nose right away. Fucking face fills up with blood, eyes swollen, can't really see straight. How it happened, second round, get pieced up again by Max Holloway, but Justin Gaethje, he's just taking it. Every time he's taking fucking clean shots, he's like, no, come on, I'm good. Now, if you watch this fight, and not this part right here, but like if you're watching the fight, he got poked in both eyes. And I'm talking about poked like thumb here, finger like in the eye.
In the socket.
In the socket. You see it clearly going twice. Now, a lesser fighter would have said, no. His nose is already broken. He can barely see. He goes like, no, I can't continue. And then he just gets disqualified, and then they go on to fight another day. But he said, no, fuck. I'm not going to fucking win like that. I'm going to fucking go after him. Yeah. Unfortunately for Justin Gaethje, Max Holloway is an extremely phenomenal boxer. And this entire fight, 25 minutes. There's 5 minutes rounds, 5 rounds. Do the math. 5 times 5. It's 25. They stood up the entire time. There was no takedowns. There was no ground and pound bullshit. There was no fucking jujitsu. None of this. It is 2 men standing toe to toe, trying to knock the shit out of each other. And that's what happened. Now, Justin Gaethje, this tough son of a bitch, and there's going to be no buts in there because anything after the word but means nothing. Stood there and he just took a beating. And he kept coming forward and coming forward. Now, we get to the fourth round. We get to the 4th round. Justin Gaethje goes in and he says, fuck it. And he starts tagging Max Holloway. Piecing him up. Stuns him a few times. And you're like, oh shit, this might take a turn. Maybe he can actually turn this around and knock him out. Because there's no way he's winning on points. Because he lost the first 3 rounds. No way. You do the math. There's 5 rounds. He lost the first 3. You can't win a fight by winning the last 2 rounds. It's not going to happen. Because it was clearly foregone conclusion that he lost the first 3 rounds. So he has to fuck him up. Now, we get to the 5th round, right? They're tagging each other left and right. They're kind of taking their time. They're whatever. And then this happens. We get the last 10 seconds of the fight. Max Holloway, let me set this up. Max Holloway says, he doesn't say it in words, but he basically says it in actions. 10 seconds go, they hit the little clapper. It's time to go. You got 10 seconds left, and that's the end of the fight. He points to the fucking ground and says, right here, toe to toe, let's fight. Show the people what happened.
Okay.
Right here, see him? He points. Points down, right here. Me and you. Go. And the last second, boom, sleep. One of the toughest sons of bitches in UFC gets knocked out with 1 second left in the entire fight. There was no other round. There's nothing else to go after this. The whole fight's over. But look, go back to the 10-second mark. And Max Holloway points to the ground, man to man, let's get after it. Me and you, fucking let's go. Right here. Right there. You saw it right there.
Look at this.
Points to the ground. Come on, right here.
Where's it? Okay.
10 seconds. He's pointing to the ground. You look down.
Holloway just told them, stand right here.
Go back a little bit.
So, shit. Okay, sorry.
Don't take your eyes off of this. Right here. Look, he's pointing. Come on, right here. You see? Come on, right here. Me and you.
Finally, in minute 25, Holloway shows some mortality.
He's like, let's go. He points again. Come on, right here. Me and you. And they just start swinging for the fucking fences, and he just gets caught.
Damn, it's
Hell of a way to go out. 1 second
so
left.
fast.
1
So
second left. Because he's an amazing boxer. Justin Gaethje, hell of a stand-up, hell of a fighter, hell of a wrestler. He just got caught because he got. Here's how. Here's how he's got caught. He got his nose broke. Means he can't breathe out of his nose.
Right.
So what happens? You're breathing out of your mouth. Your jaw's open. You get tagged. Boom. And that's it.
Hits that nerve.
And he just got caught. That's all it was.
Right.
And I'm taking nothing away from Justin Gaethje because that was a fucking monster fight. And the way that Max Holloway said, me and you right here, points to the ground, draws a line in the sand, said, let's fucking give them what they want. And they just went at it. Hell of a fight. One of the best fights I've ever seen. I've never seen a knockout like that. I've never seen a fight where they're just like, let's give these motherfuckers what they want. There's one, and my mind it escapes my mind because I'm not well versed in UFC like I am like football or baseball or basketball. Anyway, so that was the third.
They're doing the replay right now.
Look at this, bam, boom, boom. Like you see his mouth. Look, go back. This is what people probably missed. Look at his mouth wide open. Boom, right in the jaw. Sleep. Night. And now Max Holloway is the undisputed BMF title holder.
Oh,
and by BMF,
that's it, yeah. Wow.
BMF stands for bad motherfucker. Yeah. It's not an actual legitimate title belt.
He's a dangerous person.
He's dangerous.
Dangerous person.
So the next fight, we have two Chinese nationals fighting for the women's, is it bantamweight? I think it's bantamweight or strawweight. Strawweight title. It's Zhang Weili and Yan Zenon, right? So Zhang Weili, up until this point, is probably one of the most talented strawweight fighters we've ever seen. Now, she lost eventually, like she was just killing everyone. And she's tough as shit. But she lost to Rose Namajunas twice. The first one, it was just a not random, but it was just a kick that just landed perfectly, knocked her clean out. Now, next time they fought, Rose pieced her up, and that was the end of it. Rose ended up losing to some other lady, strong chick. Then I think it was some Hispanic chick. I can't remember her name. Anyway, Zhang Weili ends up getting the belt back. She made a title defense. This is her second title defense. She ends up going against Yan Zhanan or whatever the fuck her name is. Anyways, it's a name that you're gonna remember. Trust me, and I will get it better the next time that I cover her because this woman right here just went fucking ham. She's strong. She's fast. Zhang Weili had a run for her fucking money because this girl right here, if her conditioning was better, I think she wins that fight. But you could tell early on, like the second round, she was getting tired. But she was fucking putting it on it. Let's put on it. Let's put on a recap. You'll see because. Oh, hold on. Hit pause real quick. Let me tell you one thing in the fight. I can't remember what round it was, but Zhang Weili fucking had her choke the fuck out, I think, in the first round. This is what I mean by choked out. When they fucking hit the horn and bam, into the round. That woman had 15 seconds before the end of the round while she was getting choked out. That girl was asleep. They fucking went bam, and she just kind of woke up a little bit. In the corner, the guy said, hey, you want me to wake her up? Because she choked her smooth out. All right, let's see the highlights. Tough chick. She's like, I'm not giving up. She could have easily tapped. She had her. Anyway, so, yeah, unfortunately, we don't have a legitimate, like, a good recap. But, like, she gets fucking...
I didn't have it ready.
Then, huh?
I didn't have it ready.
Well, yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
The right one.
No, that one's just like people talking over it and trying to talk about it and all this other shit, which is bullshit because you want to see the recap. You don't want to hear somebody fucking just jibber-jabbering about it. That's what we're trying to give you. And we got some lady just like, hey, let me tell you my thoughts. Nobody gives a fuck about your thoughts. Anyways, two Chinese nationals getting after it. Zhang Weili wins. She rightfully wins because she outlasted Yang Jinan. And I hope I'm pronouncing that right. By the way, Weili and Joanna...
oh, here we go. We got the full fight.
No. This fight happened a while ago.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, look at it. Joanna. Just that's obvious that she's Polish. Whatever. That's not another Chinese person. Anyway, that fight, by the way, those two kicking the living shit out of each other. I think if I remember that right here, just go to the very end of the fight. The very end of the fight. If it's the one I remember, she's got a fucking tumor on her head. She got her ass kicked so bad, but she's strong as fuck. Yep, it is. She looks like a monster. We talked about this like what 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, but like if you look at her head, she looks like fucking the dude from Goonies.
Sloth.
Yeah, Sloth. It's look at her head.
Oh.
Now go to the beginning of the fight. Okay, you see her then? Yeah, it's not the same.
Nope.
No. But and the thing is why Joanna is so fucking tough is she kept, even though she had her fucking tumors on her head, because she's getting her shit kicked out of her, and all these bruises and welts and all this other crap made her head look like Corky from fucking The Mask.
That was Rocky.
Rocky. Yeah, no,
Corky was from.
What was it?
My so-called not my so-called life. It was.
What was that?
No.
The '90s kids are fucking failing at the moment.
Yes, they are.
My Ordinary Life. No. I don't know. The kid. The
It went step by step. It was
the extra chromosome that lit a fire in the kitchen. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like
yes. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, anyone who is our age knows all about Corky. Anyway, so she's getting her ass kicked left and right in this, and I know it's a small transition, but she just got, the reason that's important is she just got inducted into the Hall of Fame, and deservedly so, because she's fucking tough. The fact that she got her ass kicked that bad, where her head is just fucking swelling to the moon. Yeah. She still kept fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting until the very end. Like, she didn't get knocked out. They didn't stop the fight. They just kept it going. Anyway, so Zhang Weili, she outlasted her, and I think if that other chick, if that Yan lady, she works on her cardio, she's gonna be a champ one day, because she's strong, she's tough, she knows how to fight, and she's got no quit in her. Enough to, like I said, she got choked out, completely asleep. She was in night zone. That's how far she's willing to go to win. To not give up, to not quit. It wasn't a quick choke out. She was getting strangled to sleep. Anyway, last fight of the night, Alex Pereira, Jamal Hill. Jamal Hill gets injured. He tore his Achilles, if memory serves me, playing basketball just in his off time. He won the championship, I think, against Yuri Prohaska. And he had to vacate his championship. Never lost as a championship in the octagon, but goes against Alex Pereira. Now, can you pull that back up, please?
What is it?
The last fight. It was a quick fight. So Alex Pereira, it's been this big ongoing matchup. We're finally going to get the old champion back. He didn't lose in the ring. He didn't lose his belt. And he's come to reclaim it because he had to vacate it. If you're out for so long, you have to vacate your belt. Right there. That's the one right there. Anyway, this fight lasted, I don't know, a minute. And here's what's weird about it. So, I don't know if you can find the highlights. See if you can. They start the fight. They start kind of feeling each other out a little bit. Jamal Hill, he's kind of doing his thing. He's kind of making a couple of jabs, couple of shots. Alex Pereira just doing the same thing. They're kind of just going through the motions. For some reason, I don't understand why. He taps up the refs, like the refs glove. I remember Jamal Hill threw a kick. The ref thought it like hit him like right in the dick. That's something. Anyway, the ref thought he hit him in the dick. or whatever, and he was like coming to check on him. He tried to pause the fight, and he said, nah. And he like pushes, fuck, I can't remember his name. Anyway, he pushes the ref away. He's like, no. And immediately after that, he tags Jamal Hill and knocks him clean the fuck out. Now, his celebration, go to the coldest celebration part. Right there. Knocks out Jamal Hill. Delivers the coldest celebration. He just kind of does that dude that, you know, yeah, dumbass. Like, look at that shit. Knocks him clean out. And now he's like, this is all you got? This is it? That's what I interpret that to be. He's like, really? All this buildup was for fucking this guy? And he just clearly just fucks him up. Hell of a fight. And the clear and undisputed champion of the lightweight division, Alex Beheader. Congratulations. Great fight. Okay. So, I hope you enjoyed that little sports segment. And I think we'll do more of that at some point.
We'll try. We'll start developing that segment. Cool. All right. Thanks for tuning in to Sweet Lies on this episode. Like, share, subscribe. Maybe we should let us know if we should set up a Patreon if you support us. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to run this stuff. Anyways, we enjoyed it. Have fun. Have a lovely week. And God bless.
Happy babies.
Happy babies. Oh, pose for the thumbnail.